Zimbabwe!
What is up, Malaysia? How are you guys doing? Woo!
Yeah.
So, my name is Carl Joshua Ngube, and I am the biggest Zimbabwean stand-up comedian in the world. Okay? Thank you. I need a bit of moral support because stand-up comedy as an African has taken me to over 37 cities around the world. Thank you for your applause. 36 of those cities are in Zimbabwe, but all I want to say things are hard. You guys don't know how difficult things are in Zimbabwe. Like, listen, we've got Robert Mugabe as our president, right? Robert Mugabe, and we can't say certain things as a comedian. Even when I came through South Africa to come to Malaysia, they told me when you go to Malaysia, you can't say the same things. You can't talk politically about any politicians, right? Because they were like, listen, it's not like in South Africa where we can go on the steps of parliament and yell with a loud voice that our president Jacob Zuma is an idiot and no one will do anything to us, but you can't do the same in Malaysia. I said, of course I can do the same in Malaysia. I can come to Malaysia. I can go on the steps of parliament and yell with a loud voice that the South African president is a whatever it is that we want. I'm just saying, but coming from Zimbabwe, the reason why we can't make fun of our president is simple. Other comedians from other countries can do the same because there are 15 flights leaving the country every day, right? If I make fun of Robert Mugabe, we only have one flight leaving this country every month. And most of the times it's postponed, I'm just saying. But listen, I mean, everyone's always talking about Africa being so negative, and it's true. I mean, listen, like even the billboards in our country, they're very negative. Like I traveled to America, some of the billboards are so encouraging. Welcome to Orlando, Florida, home of the Orlando Magic. See Mickey Mouse at Disney World. Like the first billboard that you see coming out of my country is AIDS kills. Circumcised. Like, I don't understand why a tourist needs to get circumcised. It's weird. Like other countries that I've been to, and I don't know, it's weird because I traveled to Uganda. Even the businesses in Uganda have names, they're named after verses in the Bible. Like how bad is your country that you have a business that's called In His Hands Beauty Salon? Or in God We Trust Electronics. Or they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. Fried chicken. I just don't understand. Things are so negative that it's hard for me to be famous in Zimbabwe. It's hard for me to be famous. That is because everybody knows Robert Mugabe. Nobody knows who I am. I've tried everything. I've even tried having my cooking show, my own cooking show in Zimbabwe. But the reason why I had my own cooking show as well is because I was sick and tired in Africa watching Jamie Oliver on television cooking with ingredients we can't find in Zimbabwe. And Jamie Oliver's on television, you're at home, you want to cook along with Jamie Oliver, then he says some stupid shit like, welcome to my cooking show, what we're going to do is we're going to cook with some nice ingredients that you can find in your own home. We're going to start with a nice juicy bit of salmon. Rice. What we want to do is we want to chop up some dill. We're going to sprinkle it all over our salmon. Salt. And then what you want to do is you want to take some asparagus, some baby asparagus, and you want to put it all over your salmon just to lift up those flavors. Salt. Stage, you want to take that salmon and you want to put it into an oven that's been preheated at 180 degrees. That's 180 degrees. because I also get to see, because I got to see in Malaysia some things that we don't get to see in Zimbabwe, you know, like white people. And no, you see, in Zimbabwe, white people have become an extinct species, and I'm trying to save the numbers of white people, so I've become a brand ambassador for white people. I'm trying, you know how white people are always trying to save the panda? I'm trying to save white people, you know? So one of the things that needs to happen if you want to save an extinct species, you have to say something positive about the species that you're trying to save, right? So people get excited. So I'm going to tell you some interesting facts about white people that you might not have known. White people are in fact very good dancers. Give them a round of applause, guys. Give them a round of applause. This is what there's for white people. This is what there's for white people. White people are just misunderstood on the dance floor, and I've done my calculations. You see, I'm sure you've noticed, like, because you know our complexion, black people and white people were built differently. You see, black people, because of the melanin in our skin, as sound enters our ears, it gravitates to the lower frequencies, which is why you find Africans or black people tend to respond to stuff like the bass line, drums, corruption. But you see. But you see, white people's hearing is much more advanced than black people. In fact, white people hear things that no other animal on the planet can hear, which is why white people hear stuff like the environment and animals, which is why white people are always trying to save all the things that black people want to eat. So you find like when black people are dancing the bass line, white people white people will be dancing to the sound of leaves falling in Singapore. So I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. Like it sounds like I'm, you know, like I'm being racist. Like I'm being racist. But I just want to explain myself because I hate it. You see, especially white people. I hate it when black comedians come on stage and they make fun of white people. And this has to stop, right? But before we do that. Let me explain myself. I just feel the reason why I make fun of white people a lot is because I have to open up to you guys. It just makes me feel a bit emotional. But the reason why I make fun of white people is because I feel that white people were never, ever, ever given the opportunity to be slaves. Like, you know how, like, for example, you know, like black people, when we were slaves, we were called derogatory names like nigga and that kind of thing. But so just imagine what it would be like if white people were slaves. So we have to come up with an equally derogatory name for white people. So let's just call white people beavers, right? So let's imagine you have a whole bunch of beavers, right, on your plantation. And you know what when black people were being whipped on the plantations, you know, black people were very positive. We'd be singing along when we were being whipped, but the white people were like, we'd be like, by the heart. But imagine white people being whipped on the plantations, they were like, hit me, baby, one more. Baby, baby. But anyway, the reason why, just because of the reason why I stopped having white friends is because white people have a tendency of talking black people into doing some really dumb shit, right? You know, like, white people are always talking black people into doing dumb stuff like swimming, you know, like... And so, like, every time, like, when I see my white friends, they'll come up to me and they'll say, Carl, we know a lot of bad stuff is happening in your country. We want to cheer you up. Tomorrow we're taking you for an exciting activity because things are so bad in your country. We're taking you walking with lions because Cecil the lion died. I'm like, listen, that is not our fucking problem in Zimbabwe, okay? And number two, who the hell is Cecil the lion? And why is this lion so important that I need to walk with another lion just to cheer me up, right? This makes no sense whatsoever. And you know what it's like with white people? The tour guide will come up and say, okay guys, before we start walking with lions, a couple of things that you need to avoid a lion attack. If a lion is to enter this room, rule number 1, do not panic. I'm like, I'm a Zimbabwean, I'm always panicking. What's your name? And it's like rule number 2, whatever you do, make yourself as big as possible. This is when I realized why white people don't get eaten by lions and black people do, okay? Okay, black people, I can see a couple of black people. No, sorry, I can't see you, but I'm saying there's black people somewhere in the back there. Just smile. No, I'm just black people,
I'm gonna get you, bro.
pay attention, black people, because this is going to save your life. The reason why white people don't get eaten by lions and black people do, that is because, sir, if a lion enters this room, it's coming straight after you because you already look like you've been dipped in soy sauce and you are what the locals call a walking Korean barbecue. I'm just saying, that's what you are right now. Lion will come straight after you. White people, the reason why they survive, you see them on National Geographic being licked by cheetahs and lions. Lions do not eat sushi. That's what I'm saying. Now, black people, this is gonna save your life, okay? If a lion is to enter this room, I want you to run as quickly as possible to the nearest Indian person in the room, okay? That is your safe space because